I just woke up and I was thinking, do you think King Von is in heaven? Now, I know that might sound crazy because King Von did kill over 20 people. He was terrorizing blocks. He was doing horrible things, right? But we don't know if King Von genuinely enjoyed doing those things. Now, what a lot of you guys can't fathom is that you can't dictate if somebody goes to heaven or hell. In the Bible, I'm not a Christian myself, right? But I read the Bible because I always wondered if a God was real. So I always studied it. I always made sense of it, trying to understand if a God gave me existence. You get what I'm saying? So I'm pretty fathomized in it. But in the Bible, people worse than King Von went to heaven. People worse than King Von made it and got forgiven. You want to know why? Because they repented for their sins. Because they actually wanted to change. Because they wanted to become better individuals. Because they wanted to actually try. Now, am I saying that King Von repented for his sins, that he wanted to become a better individual, that he wanted to try to become a better person, that he wanted to do good? No, I'm not saying that at all. Everybody that he slaughtered had a family of their own and pray for their souls. They're all probably grieving for their deaths. But we also don't know if he was trying to. As much as you can hate on the individual, as much as you can decide, oh my God, he should go to hell, even though you don't have any power to him going to actual hell. We don't know if he wanted to become better. We don't know if he wanted to change. We don't know if he wanted to try and repent. He can possibly go to heaven. The only sin that is truly unforgivable is blasphemy. And we don't know if he could have possibly committed blasphemy on his own time. He could have possibly wanted to, slander his name, but we don't know that. Now, King Von just woke up and he decided, hey, I want to kill people. Hey, I just love killing people. And that's why he was killing people. I would say 90% he didn't want to repent for his sins because he just loved killing people. It wasn't a necessity thing. It wasn't a impoverished neighborhood thing, but he just liked killing people. So he's probably in hell right now. We don't know it, but he probably is. But you know what I think happened with King Von? I think King Von was in an impoverished neighborhood. I think King Von just woke up and he didn't have a lot of money, because he raps about that in some of his songs that he was kind of poor growing up. He was in a bad neighborhood. And I think that he started doing bad things as a child because that's all he had to do. He didn't have the resources. He didn't have the things that other people have in their lives. Now, I'm not saying that just because you're broke, you're poor, you're a bum, and you have nothing going on for you besides a toxic household. You should just be going and killing people. Obviously not. Because if I said that, then that's just basically giving pardon to 70%. Yes, because a lot of people watching this video are in like good countries. You know what I'm saying? They have enough money to pay for a phone, a computer, a TV, whatever you're watching this on. You're probably not that far off. You might hate your life. You might wish you had a better life, but you are lucky enough to have internet. Most people don't have internet. Am I saying that all those people who don't have internet should just start killing people? No. But again, he wasn't able to provide for himself. Now he was going up and he was just doing bad things, killing people, making money, all the gang culture stuff. And then eventually, people started knowing him for King Von. He was rapping, he was doing all this stuff. But do you think that King Von actually enjoyed killing people? He never made it seem like that in any of his songs. If you watch other rappers, they'll brag about killing people. They'll brag about doing bad things. King Von did in some songs mention how he was catching bodies, how he was robbing people. Yes, but he was never just slandering it on his chest, making every song about him just killing people and not. He was doing story songs. In those stories, he did kill him, but every single time it was in self-defense. Well, not self-defense. No, no, no. Again, let me just give you an example. In one of his songs, this guy, he ran up on him because he was talking to his girl. The girl and King Von were in the car. The guy pulls up. He shoots up the car. King Von gets out. He goes. He shoots the guy. He drives off with the girl. I want you to tell me who was in the wrong in that story. Was it King Von? Was it the girl? Well, the girl was moving weird. She kind of just set everything up. So it's kind of her. But it's the guy. Yes, King Von was doing bad things, but I know some of the things were obviously him doing first, but some of the things you can excuse with self-defense. Most of his kills were gang violence related. So we don't know how many of those kills were self-defense kills. We can't confirm that yet, but you can argue at least five. At least five. Let's say he has 20 kills. At least 5 to 6. I argue he has more than 20 kills, and those 20 kills like are just only what the police found, obviously. But those 5 to 6 kills were self-defense. Now the other 15 obviously is bad, but by that point, he was already too deep in. You know what a lot of you guys don't understand is King Von, we already know he died from gang violence. So we know that people were after him. King Von had a lot of enemies. He couldn't just wake up and decide, hey, I want to get out of this life. Hey, I want to change for the better. Hey, I want to stop killing people. He was too deep in for that. If people were already coming after him, the second he decided he wanted to get out this life, everybody he knew would have immediately tried to switch up on him, immediately tried to handle him, immediately would try to kill him like they already did. There was in one of his songs, which is about his death, right? He already said that if he was going to die, it would be one of his own friends, right? So if he has in the back of his mind that one of his own friends backdoored him, and what he said in his song, that shows that he would not feel comfortable enough to be able to leave his set. Because if he left his set, then those friends would have already tried to backdoor him. And you cannot just say that he was an evil individual fully at heart. We know that King Von he has a girlfriend, he had a child. People make the memes of King Von's disciple, how he ate King's dreads, and how that child is going to become worse than Hitler, basically. That's what they're saying. But if King Von was truly a bad person, he would have never had time for a child. Psychopaths, they don't have time for others. Now, a lot of people think psychopaths genuinely just don't feel emotions. They do feel emotions, but they don't feel. Basically, psychopaths' emotions are like this: I want to live. If I want to live, I need money. They go and get money. They go and provide for themselves. If a psychopath genuinely felt no emotions, they would just go, wake up, and die. Psychopaths can feel things for others, but it's just not to the extent that me and you feel something for another. Like if you like a girl, for example, right? You're gonna be like, oh my god, I love that girl, blah 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 blah. A psychopath would be like, oh yeah, I love something 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 about her, not actually just loving the girl. But King Von, he's not a psychopath. He didn't just wake up and decide, oh yeah, I just need to kill people. I want money. I need to do this. I want to kill more people for this reason. Blah 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 blah. Like with pristine efficiency. No, he got a kid. A kid isn't something that you want to ever do unless you want to settle down, unless you want to lock down and provide for that kid. Now, obviously, we know that he wasn't always there for his kid. He provided for her sometimes, but he wasn't always there for his kid. But if he was an actual psychopath, he would have never, and I mean never, actually sat down and got that woman pregnant without letting her die. He would have got the girl pregnant and then possibly murdered her after because there was no way that he was ever taking care of that kid. But he's not that kind of person, and you guys want to frame him as an evil, psychopathic individual just because he did bad things. I believe that everyone in life deserves to get a second chance. Now, obviously, do you have to forgive that individual? No. No. You don't need to forgive anyone. Like, for example, some people say that you should forgive somebody who, raped you, right? You don't need to do that. I would never forgive anybody who did that. But you also have to understand is everybody can change. Somebody can wake up, somebody could decide, I was wrong. I did bad things. I was a horrible person and I want to repent for those actions. When somebody goes up to you and they say that and they hurt your soul, they took everything, and I mean everything for you. Let's say they just killed your entire family, right? Does that mean you have to forgive that individual? No. Does that mean you still can hate that individual? Yes. But you have to admit that person did change. That person wanted to change and become a better person, and they're probably going to live the rest of their life trying to change. And like I said earlier, King Von might have been like that. King Von might have wanted to change. King Von might have got the girl pregnant because he wanted out of that life. He wanted to be there, or he wanted to have a son, a King Von Jr. I don't remember the guy's name, so I'm just gonna call her King Von Jr. To take care of, to give a better life than he ever had. He was never able to do that because he was just another young black person in the cycle of gang violence that we call today. But I fully believe that King Von is in heaven, like as we speak. Like King Von, he's up there, he's partying, he's having a good time, he's in Thug Mansion with Tupac in there. But alright guys, I don't really have anything else to say for this video. If you agree with me, hit that like button, subscribe. Um, we're gonna probably play one ABA match, and then we're gonna end this video. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, guys. I am trying. I am trying. Okay, listen. I understand that I'm posting this at what time is it right now? It's 9 o'clock. It's gonna do like 1 hour of rendering, so it's probably gonna be posted at like like 1 o'clock. And most of you guys aren't watching 1 o'clock videos, but I'm trying to be more consistent, guys. Okay, I was grieving. I was a loser who just wanted to do bad things because my dog just died and because I got no girls and nobody texted me on my birthday. Like, I genuinely, when it was my birthday, nobody hit my line up. Nobody at all. So I was like, okay, bro, I don't got time for none of that. And I'm not getting a match either, so we're just going to cut it out for the day. I hope you guys have a good day or a good night since it's 9:23. And, like, subscribe, hype this video, comment, whatever the fuck you guys want to do. And goodbye, guys.